What is Snap, Crackling, and Popping, guys? It is Friday, February 20th, and this means it is time for Fusion Fridays. And this is actually, if I am not mistaken, our 5th episode of Fusion Fridays, which we're already halfway to 10, which is awesome. As you know, I am kind of bulk recording these as well, so I can have them while I'm gone. I don't want you guys to be without my original series ever, so until I run out of fusions, it will be here. Just saying. Last week we started with Fuse Corp. That means that this week we are starting with Catmef's. For me personally, I prefer Catmef's fusions over Fuse Corps, but Fuse Corps are still cool nonetheless. And we're going to start off today with one that I've wanted to show you guys for a couple episodes. I don't know why I held off, I just kind of did. And that is Sceptile fused, Mega Sceptile, my bad, fused with Electivire, an electric grass type in my opinion. Or it could be an electric dragon. I could definitely see it being an electric dragon, but I would say electric grass just because of the way it looks. And I could see it doing like an electric leaf blade, if that makes any sense, like an electric version of leaf blade, and that would be absolutely that would be so cool. Just imagine that thing, even in like the anime or in the games, if it's like animation of just like moving and attacking, it would be so cool. Just imagine if these things were actually in the games. Like this artwork, they could easily transfer this into sprites. I'm just saying for X and Y and or S. I'm just saying they could easily do it, no problem at all. But will they? Probably not, because they hate everything the fans come up with. Just saying. They only did Ho and Confirm just to shut us up. I mean, that's pretty much what I think. But I really wanted to show you guys this Mega Sceptile and Electivire one, because I really like Mega Sceptile and I love Electivire. And I think this captures both Pokemon very nicely and makes them just look awesome fused together. Just absolutely insane. Next up from Fuse Corp, debuting today's episode, is going to be one I think one of his fans actually made, but I took it and I want to showcase it because I think this thing is a really cool, it could be a really cool psychic fighting type, and that would be Tyra fused with Latios. So I would call it like, I don't even know, like oh, they call it Rupius, but it's also fused with Lopunny, so they call it Rupius, which isn't a bad name, I guess. If it makes sense. I was just thinking it would start with like Tyra in it. I don't know. It's really whatever. There's no, I guess, fusion that went first, to be honest. But it's just really cool, and I like, I guess it would be Latios technically because it is red. But I really just like this thing and how it would have like Psychic and how it's like kicking Pokemon, but it's also like a psychic Pokemon. Like we don't have anything like that, like a psychic kicking Pokemon. We have Gallade, which is more of a psychic punching Pokemon, but I think a psychic kicking Pokemon would be really cool with kind of a higher defense. I really think that would be awesome. But will Game Freak ever do that either? Probably not, if we're being honest, because, I don't know, psychic, fighting, kicking Pokemon, Game Freak. If you're watching this, doubt you are, just saying, you should probably make this happen. Just saying. I think everybody would like you for it. I mean, especially now with Mega Lopunny, this thing could be just changed a little bit more and look awesome. But I think it just looks like, it kind of reminds me of Frieza a little bit, but kind of a more adorable version. I don't know, that's kind of a weird thing to put together, but I just think it's adorable, and I really wanted to show you guys that one. Next up is going to be literally one of my personal favorites, and that is Aggron fused with Blastoise. This thing is so damn sick. It would definitely be a water steel type, obviously. This thing is absolutely incredible, and it could put really good use to Gyro Ball, or are there any other special steel? I think that's it, actually, now that I think about it. I can't think of any other ones. Nope, not that come to mind. But it could just do, and it could keep its Mega ability. Its Mega ability is fine, or it just does extra, like Pulse and Cannon moves do extra damage, which I think is awesome. But I wouldn't want to see Mega Aggron and Mega Blastoise fused together. I think they wouldn't look halfway as cool, but I just think this captures both of them really well because it has an Aggron and Blastoise perfectly fused head. Blastoise's body with pretty much Aggron's armor on it, which is exactly what it should be, and it should have a really high defense stat and a really high special attack stat, in my opinion. But this thing would be an absolute beast. It would mess up a lot of Pokemon. A water steel type. We already have one, I think. No, we don't. Do we have a water steel type? Hold on, let me think about that. No, we don't have a water steel type. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. If I am, tell me, but I don't think we have any water steel type Pokemon. No, water steel is not a type yet. Wow, that's crazy. I'm pretty sure that's one of the only typings water hasn't been fused with. That and fire. Because I know we have water fairy, we have water Electric, and yeah, we have Lantern. We have a lot. See, we have a lot of water fusions. We need a water steel type. Make it happen. Make it happen. Next up is a really cool one from Fuse Corp Laboratories again by Dragonus. You know, this one is Arpaby, which is Beedrill, Lairon, and Trapinch fused together. And you can definitely see where Trapinch is. It's in the hands. You can definitely see where Beedrill is in the body. And you can definitely see Aggron in the armor. And I could definitely see this thing being a bug steel type. And it would be absolutely awesome. Especially because it would have Levitate because it can still fly. So ground type moves wouldn't hit it. So its steel type weakness is out the window. So really the only thing that's going to hit this thing is fire and rocks as far as I can think of. But it's not going to take Stealth Rocks well at all. It's going to get ate up by Stealth Rocks. But it's still a cool fusion nonetheless. They say it could be a Ground-type Pokemon, but I really don't think it should be a Ground-type Pokemon. Because I could definitely just see it getting away with a Bug and Steel typing, and that would be absolutely awesome to have this. Because it just looks so cool, and it's almost like Scizor, but it's not. But I think this thing versus Scizor would be a never-ending, like, battle where they just sit there and fight for hours. It is still pretty small in size though. It's smaller than like a normal human in the Pokemon world. But they call for its special ability to be tactical and its signature move Dual Edge, which I could see it kind of doing like an X Scissor, but a Steel type X Scissor, which would be really, really cool. This is a really dope fusion though, nonetheless. Like absolutely, absolutely phenomenal work, Dragoness. Good job. And next up is gonna be the last one of Catmef for the day. I think my favorite thing about this is it's probably in my top 5 legendary fusions. Probably, maybe not. If not, it's like number 6 or 7. I would just see this thing being absolutely dark only, completely dark type, completely just actual evil Pokemon. And that is Yveltal and Darkrai fused together. This thing is absolutely incredible. It just looks so awesome, and it captures Yveltal, but it also has like a Darkrai form because it's kind of standing rather than flying. So that's why I would just call for it to be a pure dark type, and it's kind of just like they really came together and really made this Pokemon half and half. So like you can see like the top half from like the wings part is all Yveltal. The coloring is Yveltal and Darkrai both, because they're both dark and black and red. But then you can see like Darkrai in the face, and that's like the reason it has its arms and its little cloud behind him. This thing is just fucking awesome looking because it literally just would cause shit, and shit would hit the fan as soon as this Pokemon walked in. That's all I have to say. This thing is just an absolute beast. It's a freaking monster if you ask me. The next one coming up is the last for Fuse Corp, and I really like it. It's called Gardena, or Gardena if you want. And it is Gardevoir fixed with Jinx fused with Swanna. Very, very interesting if you ask me. I would call this thing to be they call it a Psychic, Ice, and Flying type. I don't see that at all. I could see it more being a Psychic Flying type. Either a Psychic or a Fairy Flying type. I could really see Fairy Flying too, or even Fairy Fighting if you wanted to, but I would say Fairy Flying. This thing looks like it could literally just be a Curly Mega Evolution, to be honest, if you just wanted to go a different direction, I suppose. But it's really, really cool. It reminds me of like an angel, but Pokemon doesn't have anything that really symbolizes that, and it's about the size of a human. So I mean, it's not too big, it's not too small. And I could really just see a Psychic or Fairy Flying being a really cool thing to fuse Gardevoir with, because it has decent attack stats. It just needs it needs to fuse with something that'll boost its defenses more than anything. And it kind of has like the shield, which I could see boosting its defense. They call it special ability Ambrosia, and its signature move Elysium, which I mean you can about imagine what an Elysium would be. That'd be freaking really cool, actually. I love this fusion though. It really makes me really happy. It would be really fast though, because I mean he even almost has like the flash lightning bolt on the side of his head. Just saying, which is really cool. Another reason why I like this fusion, because I love the Flash. The Flash. If you haven't seen it, it's a phenomenal show. Phenomenal show. But that is where I'm going to end off Fusion Fridays for today, guys. If you did enjoy, please smash the hell out the like button down below. And do let me know what you thought of these fusions, because it really means a lot to me to get your feedback on this series, as you already know. But I hope you did enjoy, and I will see you guys next week for the final pre-recorded Fusion Fridays, and when I will be heading home the day after. Yeah, bye guys. Peace out.